Hi guys, I wasn't really thinking of doing this today, but I really feel like I'm gonna break down, and I kind of just wanted to record this so that I can remind myself on what happened and share this with anybody who goes through something similar like this. I know I'm not alone, and I'm not just talking about PCS, but anxiety and depression as well. So I have a test tomorrow. It's one of my neurological tests. And my mother-in-law was supposed to take care of my son while I do that because my husband is working tomorrow. And he works in a specific spot that, a specific kind of job that, there's a lot of competition for days off and things like that. And of course you have to earn your day off, and sometimes he just doesn't have that. So I asked her last week and she said she was going to do it. And now I just texted her because the testing facility reminded me, and she said, oh, I can't make it. She's just a very unreliable person in that sense. And she pulled through the other time. I feel like she's just being vindictive right now because tomorrow's incredibly sunny, and her excuse is she can't drive because of it's dark and the weather. And I said, tomorrow is very, super sunny. But she's like, no, it's just a reflection. And I said, you can't wear glasses, and she hasn't responded anymore. So she's just unreliable, and just, I'm really, really upset. I'm really, really fucking angry. I'm just radiating in anger, just so frustrated because I only have a few more tests, and then I get to go to my doctor and they get to suggest what kind of therapy I would best suit me. And this is just really a huge roadblock for me. I do feel I'm getting better, but I'm also feeling like sometimes I feel like I'm going one step forward and two steps back, and I just wanted to get this over with and just get better, just that's all I wanted. And I'm just so upset right now. And just, if I was like a cartoon or like an animated character, I feel like smoke was already coming out of my nose and my ears and my mouth after just dealing with her. And just, I just want this done. I feel like enduring PCS and anxiety and dealing with depression, I feel incredibly emotional right now. And I know she's an unreliable person, like just not dependable at all. But I just kind of felt like we made plans that she was gonna do that, and I've gone over and beyond for her and my husband's side of the family, and they're just not really good people sometimes. It's not what I'm used to. Like, on my side of the family, if someone says I'm gonna do that, they're really gonna do that, and I'm gonna do that, they're just a different breed of people, like unreliable, inconsistent, that kind of situation. And just complains why, why, whatever. But this situation right now, recording this, is helping a lot because the anger is getting to simmer down. And I'm getting really just hurt and upset. And I know that if I didn't have PCS, it wouldn't be magnified this much, but I just want to be better. And it's just frustrating and aggravating and irritating and hurtful. And I don't know, I feel so defeated all the time. I mean, every day, I already feel defeated every day. And for someone to just blow me off like that, that's where like it all becomes closer to, the depression side, because I already feel like a huge blow every day to myself. And when someone doesn't have my back, it just kind of feels like I'm even more worthless than I already think of myself. It's just frustrating. I just want to be better, and I don't know. I just maybe not to trust her in that sense.
Flower.
It's my son. So can you say hi?
Hi.
Can you look? Can I say hi? He wanted to be a part of it, so here we are. So anyway, I'm already doing this. Might as well answer a question. So this is the most fitting question, I would think. How much of your personality has changed? Okay. I'm way more emotional now. The short fuse of anger and temper and all that is completely out of my norm. I used to just have like the most patience, like, I don't know, just now, you know, if something very slight aggravates me, it becomes anger, and it becomes like this ball of fire inside me. My memory used to be just incredibly perfect. I can remember things on a different date and I can even remember what the room would smell like. I can remember the color of the shirt, the kind of shade of green it was, or the kind of shade of color, how they styled their hair, sometimes even the cologne or the fragrance that they're wearing, or perfume. I can remember that, the color of the wall, the type of floor. Like, I could remember the smallest detail. And now I just have spots. I feel like my brain is Swiss cheese and it just has spots everywhere. And I feel even more frustrated because... Yes, honey. Oh, those are goats. I used to just have like the best memory, and now it's Swiss cheese. And that was like me, you know? I had like... I was so proud of my memory and so proud of that in my head. Yes, those are baby goats, sweetheart. So... I would say the anger, the temper, the patience is gone completely. I'm getting better with that, and I think like having a child really does help. I'm not suggesting anybody who suffers with PCS or anxiety or anything like that to have a child. I'm just saying that for me, it helps with that. Gardening also does help for me. So I'm just going to talk about that real quick. I was introduced to gardening at a very young age, but my surroundings really weren't very encouraging in that, and I didn't really pick it up until I met my husband, boyfriend then, and he really is an avid gardener, not as obsessed, what he calls, not as obsessed as I am today, but he, you know, he would get a plant like at least once a month, that kind of situation. But for me, it's more than that. And we kind of stopped really buying plants because we were moving around so much, and plants just weren't really happening, getting to move every 2 years, you know, to a new spot, and they're not getting the same light requirements and all that stuff. And I didn't really know about plant lights at the time, or that you can actually supplement it with like LED artificial light with the brightest setting. I didn't know any of that, so they were slowly dying in just different environments. So we stopped, and then I put my foot down and I said, you know, I'm sick and tired of like being attached to plants and getting my heart broken when they die. Let's just get plants when we get our own home. That's what we were moving around for. We wanted to test out certain areas, and we wanted to see, we were really in search of our forever home for several years, and we finally found it, the closest we could get anyway. And a few months in, well, we got in, and then I was having some health issues. I was getting a ton of dermatitis and just really, really nasty stuff due to outdoor plants that I didn't know I would be allergic to or anything like that. We were just, you know, taking care of our backyard and things like that, and a little bit of sap here, whatever, or the just bark hit my skin, and I was like, I was just sick. And I got pregnant in about 2 or 3 months after we moved in, right after I, you know, got sick. And then I got, you know, and it just got sidetracked. And last year, summer 2019, that's when I kind of really decided to start gardening again. And it was due to a miscarriage. It was a surprise pregnancy, and then it turned out to become a miscarriage. That's a pizza, yes, honey. It became a miscarriage, and something just really snapped in my head. I didn't go to counseling. I didn't really have a talk with any professional, and it was just hard. And for whatever reason, I just gravitated to plants again. Yeah. That's a sea lion, yeah. So that started, and now I have, yeah. That's a sea lion, yeah. That's their legs, and I started doing that, and I have a decent collection, I would say, right now. But I do have my plant goals for 2020 and probably going to be 2021 if I don't see some of them, or if I find certain ones that I'm like, I didn't think about that, but I want that now. So that's the situation right now. And that's how I really kind of help with my personality. It does help with my patience. It helps, it helps with the patience. And I do have a plant journal, and I also do have an app that really, really does help me out. The plant journal is one, like on paper, on a notebook, that really is more detailed. And I get reminded on the app on how often I should water. I can adjust it to whatever I want, and that's just the situation. So that for me does help. It helps with my memory. It helps with my patience. It helps with I feel like I'm very emotionally unstable a lot, and it kind of helps with that too. Can you stop shaking it, honey, please? So that's how I don't know if that's answering your question, but as much as possible, I'm trying to, that's my answer. Another question I would say, just to make it quick, this is just a follow-up essentially with the personality. Are you quieter or chattier now? I would say I'm a lot quieter now, because someone will say something to me and I know there are words, I just can't understand it anymore. So I'm a lot quieter now than I used to be. I'm a lot more introverted than I used to be. And that I feel like it's because my self-esteem has definitely crushed. My self-confidence have definitely crushed my ability to speak. I'm not as articulate as I used to be. And so that really has crushed that as well. And that's a part of my personality. I used to be very outgoing, very chatty, very friendly. I made friends really easily. And now it's really hard for me because my patience is off. I can't, at a certain point, I have a cap on conversation, and sometimes I just snap. Just because I have a hard time articulating, and that's where my brain goes to, and that's very frustrating for me, and I'm very embarrassed for that, but it does happen. So that's a big change for me now. I really hope that people actually feel more aware in regards to PCS, or post-concussion syndrome. I feel like it's been dumbed down with a lot of like medical surgery shows, especially, oh, it's just a concussion, you'll be fine, things like that. It really isn't, because when you're getting better, due to the fact that they never really studied it severely, they just kind of brush it off and give you a pat on the back and say you'll be fine. I feel like a lot of people, I feel like it's radioactive, and I feel like gives out a ripple out there that affects their mine and everybody else who suffers from PCS, their closest people in their lives, loved ones or friends, or those are still loved ones, family or friends. And then around that, like, you just feel so lonely and alone every day because it's hard. It's hard to communicate. It's hard to be around people. It's hard to talk to people. And if you're not talking to people or be around people, there really is a zero relationship. Like, your relationship really do go down. So not only do we need the support and the encouragement as much as possible, but we ourselves are counteracting that by not even doing it, but somewhat self-sabotaging it, not on purpose. And in turn, we hear, obviously we feel even more alone. To me, it really does feel like just a merry-go-round of horrors doing that over and over again. And this is one of the biggest things that I really want to fix and overcome. I really hope you enjoyed my video and got as much information as you can. If you suffer from PCS or post-concussion syndrome or concussion anyway, good luck to you. And just so you know, I'm here and you're not alone. If you do not suffer from it, but you know someone or have a loved one, I hope that you keep on watching my vlogs and sharing them, because awareness, I feel like, is what really my goal is. My goal, not just for me to get better, but with my series, is to just get everybody on board and be aware of our challenges and our limitations, essentially, because people just feel like, oh, they just had a concussion, they're fine. But then they're like, why is Karen freaking out? Why is Karen screaming over there? Because it's a result of the post-concussion. And we're not really getting the right treatment. It's a lot of insurance believe it's an elective specialty procedure, and a lot of times they don't cover a lot because they don't feel like it's necessary because it's not life-threatening. And that's another thing that I really want to push, because I feel like in my Facebook groups, there's so many people out there that need the financial help, including me, because tests are not cheap. And if we don't get the right tests, we're not going to get better the right way. So I just want to spread awareness. So as much as possible, please share. Please talk more about post-concussion syndrome or PCS or anxiety and depression, because people really do need to be in tune and aware and just know more about it. And this is what I tell a lot of people all the time. It's not you, it's me, or it's us. So just be patient. Don't get your feelings hurt. Just be there. Just be the pillar. Just be the rock. Just be better for us. So I hope you enjoyed my video for today, my vlog for today, and that you're going to give me a thumbs up. And if you haven't yet, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you're notified every single time I do upload a new video. If you want to connect with me, which I love all the time, I have all my social media accounts down below. If not, if you just want to comment, if you have other questions, if you want to share your experience or your loved one's experience in the comment section below too, feel free to do that as well. Anything else that I might have missed, any other follow-up questions or any questions in general, let me know down below, and I will try them. I will try to answer them as fast as I possibly can. Thank you guys so much for watching my vlog today, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.